time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live. Bloody Monday, Black Monday, just another manic Monday. S&P down 170, NASDAQ down 817, NASDAQ down over 4%, Russell down 60, Dow down 934. Weakest of the four is the NASDAQ by over a full percentage. Gold's down 0.75%. Silver's down over 1%. Notes and bonds are both up. 10-year yield down a full 2.25%. Big move in yields to the downside, surprisingly, with this sell-off. Oil down 1.6%. Natural gas up 2.2%. Soybeans finished red. Green. Wheat and corn finished green. Euro and the pound are just down a little bit. Bitcoin down another 10%. Sitting at a little over 78,000. VIX up 20%. It peaked above 28, hit 28.24, currently just below at 27.98. And we are at the lows, my friends. There's a little choppy bounce around right around the expected move area. But other than that, it's been just a grind lower all day. One thing I was looking at, well, let me get into my positions here, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the market. All right, so my BIX, I am down a little bit. I paused my early entry, so I entered my first one at 10:05. I've had 3 put sides stopped and 1 call side stopped, and then my last tranche has not been stopped yet. So got a chance at some greenery in the BIX today. My 1 DTE I still have on. You can see it's now pushing below my short put. I mean, it wouldn't take much of a bounce for that thing to go profitable, but I don't know that I anticipate that happening. So still in my 1 DTE. I did 1 price action iron Condor, booked a little under 900. It was when it started to push below the expected move again, it really looked like this thing was going to keep falling. I ended up did get a bounce, so I could have booked more profits on it, but then my read was right because it quickly reversed and has been bleeding ever since. So I have not entered any others. I've got a 5680 put calendar that's held up pretty well. It's a little bit in the red now. Again, a decent little bounce here of any kind. I'd probably just close it out for a scratch or so. I've got a 1-2 double calendar on, a 1-3 double calendar that I put on today. Booked a small profit on my 3-7. Took a loss on my 3-6. And then my 5-7, 4-7, and 6-7 were holding up really well. I mean, I ended up closing them, or they got closed from my automation for just small, tiny scratch losses, because the put side got tested, but calendars were holding up really well. Well, I mean, at this point now, they'd obviously be much more, a little bit more red, but held up pretty well based on the pricing. Day trades, I was a little red. I took 3 trades. I had 1 winner, 2 losers, and then I just kind of shut it down with the grind lower. You know, I could see this thing just continuing to push lower. Could see a quick pop too. So just kind of sitting out other than what I've got on. That's it for me. Chad, how's your day?
Yeah, pretty light day of trading. Had a nice day trading, 1380 on 3 trades, and then I had a one DTE that I ended up taking it off. I want to crack through lows earlier this morning, and I knew I had some things going on, so I couldn't sit there and watch it. Um, and also I had skipped 20%, booked 40% on my only TLC, and kind of same thing there. I ended up getting stopped out of it. I couldn't watch it, so I just put in a final OCO. Ended up instead of hitting 60, ended up getting stopped. So winning TLC, a little bit of a red one DTE, and a nice day trading day. So not currently in anything.
VIX new highs 28.5. SPX new lows. Just relentless.
Yeah, my long, you think a long puts would be super valuable today, but they were just so far out of the money. I ended up closing mine for 35 cents. Maybe I did close them too early, but calls were a lot richer this morning.
Yeah, they sure were. Yeah, I closed my puts out fairly quickly too. I was watching them, and I'm talking about on my BIX, but I was watching them, and yeah, market was going down. They certainly were not accelerating. There's just so much juice already pumped in. I think I could see them start to contract really quickly. So I pretty much just kind of closed my puts as I got stopped on my put side, which looks to be a good choice at this point, even with this continued move lower. So one thing I was going to mention, just kind of looking at, kind of zooming out and looking at things. I mean, this is a very odd, usually get a quick spike in VIX and then it contracts, right? I mean, you could see this back in August of last year. Quick spike, then it contracts. Quick spike, then it contracts. Quick spike, then it contracts. This is a very orderly expansion of volatility, which is a little odd. I mean, obviously it's been a pretty hefty sell-off but I mentioned, I think I mentioned in the weekend video, I mean, we've had several situations where we've sold off and then, rallied back either the very next day or even that same day and then just resold off. I mean, it's a little eerie. It's a little eerie of an orderly sell-off here. What does that mean? I don't know. I'll let you know when it's over. S&P down 3.2%. NASDAQ down 4.3. My VXX trade, which is the volatility contraction, it's only down a little bit. So VIX is down 22%, VIX is up 22%, VXX is only up a little over 10, which tells me when this thing does finally settle that we could see some quick contraction. I'll add to this, but I'm just kind of waiting to see if we have an actual flush, see if there's any, kind of maybe a little bit of a capitulation type move instead of this just kind of gradual selling. So I'm
A little bit of a what?
Just kind of a gradual selling.
Capitulation?
Yeah, like I'm saying, if we have like a real flush, kind of, we go down, 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 and then really flush hard.
You're using words too big for me.
Yeah, capitulation. That's not too big. Look it up.
For me, it's too big.
You see it kind of after a big run up too, like we had one in Nvidia when they're on that event day. So like on January 7th, had that kind of run up as highs of day, and then it kind of capitulated. It flushed the highs and sold off hard. That's what I want to see at the bottom. I want to see a sell off in a big rally. That's right. I mean, what kind of trader are you, Chad? Don't know
It's
capitulation?
no. Pretty sure Elliot didn't spell it right either.
There we
I
go.
edited it. Yeah, it hasn't really like had the big drop, up until this last 10 minutes. It's just been a gradual grind lower. Let's see, about 11:30 Central when it had that big push down and then it broke through lows. I was like, yeah, this is not gonna this could get ugly.
We do have a handful of green stocks. We've got Kroger, Lockheed Martin, Verizon, Johnson and Johnson, Procter and Gamble, and Ulta are the only green ones on my list. Tesla is getting absolutely annihilated. Robinhood is down 18.5%. Holy moly. MSTR, all the crypto
Yeah,
is getting
coin too.
crushed. Crypto or MSTR coin. Tesla's down 15% on top of a monster move already from 488. It's now at 222. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, at some point in time, some of these big boys, like it might be time to buy and hold.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking about starting to potentially dollar cost average into some shares here. Well, I'm not thinking about it. I did. I bought some Hood. I haven't bought any Tesla yet.
Yeah, I mean, how much is Tesla down year to date, or I guess over the last like couple months?
Tesla year to date is down 41%.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, good too. Jeez, what a reversal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, it's down 8% year to date, but had a huge run up. Just nasty sell off. Nasty, nasty. PLTR is down 11% today. Nvidia down 6. Nvidia is now down 23.5% year to date.
I'm trying to remember when the Nasdaq was down this much in one day. I mean, it's pushing down 900.
Well, well, it had a big gap down, so that's part of it too. But just like intraday range, well, it looks like, I mean, just the intraday range looks like just March 3rd and March and February 27th both were pretty sizable. But yeah, this is big range down on top of a big gap down. So yeah, it's I guess maybe December 18th, maybe. It's comparable. VIX about to hit 29.
No, I definitely got out of my zero DTE puts too soon. See, they'd be worth, yeah, see, they'd only be worth a buck 55 right now. So
Right.
even after this big down move, last 15 minutes.
Let's see, I've got some 55.25s. Yeah, they're
Would have
only
been
worth
good
80 cents.
would have been good when it broke lows just to buy an at the money SPX put and hold it. It'd be way in the money by now.
Just sold some from 75 and 85 cents.
August 5th, it dropped 1,000 points, eh? Okay. I bet Elliot's
Beck, you
got
just
some
bought a
puts.
put? Oh, I got you. Nvidia pushing through lows, Tesla through lows, Microsoft through lows. This is just a broad-based sell-off, my friends. This is when you protect your capital, sit on your hands, and wait for opportunity.
It's wild.
I mean, there's no real price swing reversals in ES until you get down to like 50, below 54. Yeah, I think it's just a combination of all the uncertainty. I mean, uncertainty around tariffs, uncertainty if we're going into a recession, uncertainty on, you know,
Yeah, and we got
Middle East conflicts.
CPI, PPI coming up this week, so it should stay interesting.
I bet we get a massive rally in
Yeah.
premium, just VIX contraction after CPI.
Yeah.
Might hit VIX 30. Can't believe my one DTE hasn't gotten stopped yet.
Maybe it was back in what it Neil posted on August 5th. The VIX was up a lot higher than what it was. Didn't it get up to like 50 or something?
What date are you saying?
I remember it.
It had that spike in December up to about right where it is right now,
Okay.
about 28.
How about last fall?
Oh yeah, the big one was
Yeah, there we go.
August
Yeah.
5th.
That's the one that Neil posted that the Nasdaq dropped over 1,000 points.
Yeah.
Got to 65. Yeah. Didn't take it long to come back down.
No, that's what I was saying. We get these, usually it's a kind of a little scary spike and then it's right back. This is just a little too gradual. So August 5th. See, but look at the Nasdaq on the 5th. I mean, a lot of that I think
Yeah.
was overnight, and it recovered quite a bit by the end of the day.
Yeah.
It was on the back of a couple big down days before that too, but and then NQ basically went from 18,000 to 20,000 within a week and a half. Feels like the institutions just are unloading and they can't do it all at once. They just have to every they just have to gradually unload their orders. So Nasdaq is down 9% year to date, but it was up five over five. So yeah, it's approaching down 14% from its high. SPES was up 4% now. So S&P approaching down 10% from its peak. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50 wide, Chad. We're consolidating.
Yeah. Yeah, it's consolidating. All right.
We got to bounce. Is that not consolidation? Most consolidation we've seen in 2 hours.
Best bounce we've seen in a while. Like I've said this every day over the last week or two. It's if you're just learning how to trade coming into this market, just hang with it. Don't do anything. Don't do anything more than paper trade.
VIX back down below 29. right, getting a little something going here. It's helping my one DTE a little bit. Need a lot more. I need back above 56.20. It's only 30 points away. That's nothing on a 177 point down move. I forgot to mention, I did do a VRR when we first came down to the expected move. So that would have been about 950 central. Did a bullish VRR with the idea of just, if it moved much lower below the expected move, I would just cut it, and got a nice bounce. I was up on, I think I did 3 contracts. I was up over $1,000. And, but then of course it just came back down. And when it started to push back down below lows of day, I just cut it for a few $100 loss. I do. I still have the 318 duck on that I'm going to be cutting by the end of the day. The other two are in good shape, but I'll have to cut the 318 one. I was also looking at selling some premium and far out, kind of long duration, kind of like I used to do quite a bit like MES, but I'd rather do VXX trades where you don't have the directional issue with volatility contraction. It's just a pure volatility contraction play. So that's one of the reasons I've kind of gotten away from selling strangles or selling premium in an index, because it's easier just to use one of the volatility products for the pure volatility contraction play, as opposed to having the risk of you get a big move to the upside, volatility contracts nicely, but you could still lose, right? So with the VXX, I like that better as a volatility. It's a premium contraction play. I'm going to put an order in to close my 3-4 put calendar for just a little scratch. If we can get any kind of continuation on this bounce, it might hit. Wow. It did hit. All right. So booked a little profit on there. All right, we're getting a 2-bar bounce here, Chad.
Yeah, I was just watching some of the prices of these puts, how they move. And there was, let's see. I've been watching the 5600 put. And it was, let's see. 10 minutes ago it was at 36 and now it's at 13.
Yeah.
This is wild. 10 minutes.
Let's see. We hit a low of 55.64. That's 36-point bounce here in the last 15 minutes. Just need about 20 more points for my one DTE to go green. Netflix is catching a nice bounce. Nvidia catching a nice bounce. Google bouncing.
It's gonna be interesting to see what the number is at the end of the day here. I think we might have hit lows.
Amazon back above Friday's low. Netflix above Friday's lows. AVGO, nice bounce. The chips are bouncing. The chips are kind of leading the way here, pulling the market up.
Yeah, I think you win on a day like today if you just don't have big red days. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
you either have a small red day or scratch day or somehow pulling a green day. It's 40-point move up.
Yeah. I think about putting on a little VRR here, but one DTE is almost green. Come on, baby. Come to daddy.
That's wild. There's the
Uber, big
buyers,
boss.
Moel.
What'd you say?
Well, Moel was asking in my channel, I think, or somewhere, where's all the buyers at?
Here they come, hot and
Yeah.
heavy. Let's see, what did I say the low was here? Bottomed out at 55.64, 50 points. VIX down to 27.8. Wow. Is Trump Daddy talking? What's going on here? Where's my financial juice?
This market, man. It's just
Financial juice isn't saying anything.
highs of day incoming.
Maybe.
If you put on an Ewuga at 120, you'd be back to dead center.
Iwuga the hard way.
Yeah, at 120, it was 56.11. Elliot asked about Wugas. I thought he was joking.
I mean, don't stop here. Keep going. Let's get my 1 DTE to center here.
Yeah, Ewuga would be dead center.
A little squeezy, little squeezy. $45 wide still.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick with my plus 960 today. Well, actually, more than that because I have plus 1380 with day trading. So, but is it done?
Putting a nice little wick on the daily. NASDAQ is no longer down over 4%. It's only down about 3.5. Big bounce off the bottom in Uber. Meta's almost back up to Friday's lows. Amazon pushing pretty hard. Tesla's still chopping near lows. Banks are getting hit hard too today. JP Morgan down over 4%. Bank of America down almost 4. Goldman down almost 5. Nvidia back above Friday's lows. So is Meta. I'm not careful here. I might hit profit target on my one DTE before the end of the day.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I got a ways to go. I don't think, yeah, it wouldn't get there, but not enough. Too much premium in there still. We get up to the expected move line, which is about 56.43. I'll close my one DTE.
Yeah, that's kind of old news on Zelensky. MOC would probably be a big nothing burger.
Kroger grocery store has been on a little run since earnings a couple days ago. New all-time highs.
Tomorrow we got job openings 30
Oh, yeah.
minutes after they open.
Jolts. So Trump was supposed to speak today. I don't know when that's happening. He's always late. Due to hold a press conference about his latest executive orders at the White House. There's also something on Financial Juice about a tech roundtable discussion, but anyway, and then Wednesday pre-market CPI, Thursday pre-market PPI, Friday consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. Oh, Oracle after the bell. Let's see what old Oracle's up to. Last couple earnings, two earnings ago, had a big gap up. Last earnings gap down. Oracle's got a 14-point expected move. So a little under 10%. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Are you doing anything, Noel? $2:45 Central, so in 5 minutes. So where did you see that, Anil? Forex Factory. I don't see anything on Forex Factory except for tentative. You have a secret inside Forex factory that we don't have? Live stream does not have anything about Trump. Doesn't look like. All right, we need one more leg up for my 1 DTE, please. One more push up to about 56.43 would work.
According to state news agency, Israel's military target vicinity of Syria's Durham.
See if I can get filled in this VRR. Yep, just the 1 DTE, Kelvin.
German Greens make proposal to loosen defense spending.
Got a little under 6 minutes till MOC. Ooh, I got filled on my VRR. Got any more bounce in us? We might just pull back and bounce again. So I put on this VRR. Let's see how we go here. Max profit would be above 56.30. So basically above, right at the little peak of where we just peaked on this bounce. Get back down below 80. I'll just cut it before the end of the day.
Condor co-founder of this, that the Condor tariffs won't be entirely paid by oil producers.
Tesla hit new lows on that little dip. I'll be back in 1 minute.
I do have to say it was pretty tempting. I was looking at putting on a 40 wide iron Condor here about 2 minutes ago. This might be the best consolidation we've seen in all day. Would be up. I was just kind of tracking what it would have been. It would have been up 21% already. There you go, Elliot. Yeah, so kind of same idea there.
You took a Wooga?
No, Elliot did. I said when you left, I said I was I was looking at last week I put on that Iron Condor with like 15 minutes left. I was just looking at doing it again. But I wasn't brave enough. But I'm tracking like what it would be, what it would have. It'd be up 30% right now in about 4 minutes.
Gotcha.
And then Elliot said that he put on a Awooga 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, Reddit rolled over hard after that bounce, didn't it? Reddit's down 20%. Hood rolled back over. 1 minute till MOC. Tesla ticked through another low of day.
Jeez, Tesla. Just getting destroyed.
I would enjoy a little bounce into the close. A little 4 Billy on the MOC would be nice.
Gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna trade some futures too if it's a big one. MOC incoming here in a couple seconds.
S&P 500 month, but sell side 340 million.
Sell side 340 million.
Yeah, it's kind of what I predicted. It'd just be a big nothing burger.
Pretty tiny. The market just wanted to hear that it's nothing before it continues its up move.
Still get 20 wide.
My one DTE closes in 4 minutes. Trying to close one of my VERs at $5. I'll let the other one go to the bell. Come on, keep pushing. Push, push, push. Nice, Neil. Come on, get back above 30. Back above 30 would be very nice. Reddit selling into the close. Robinhood down almost over 20%, selling into the close. Tesla selling into the close. Coin selling into the close.
Yeah, you taking that into the bell, Elliot?
No continuation in that little bounce. Back down towards 5,600.
Nice.
Five minutes to go. Mahomes flies are going to be way too cheap.
And if it's going to keep giving us 40, 50 point spreads with 15 minutes to go, I might start playing some of those.
Come on. Pop. Pop into the close.
This would have already hit 80%.
How wide were your between your shorts?
Was the 85s and the 25s, 40
Wow.
points. Yeah, with 15 minutes to go. Would have already been at 80%.
And my one DTE just closed. Oh my gosh. It closed literally at an exact scratch.
Better than red.
All day for nothing.
Yeah, that does suck.
And it looks like my VRR, unless we get a quick pop. If we can get above 20, that would work. That'd be something. A little something, something. There you go. There you go. No, couldn't do it. My VRR expires here. Minimum profit, $10. $10. Which looks like what it's going to be. Oh, yes. Thank you. I need to close that duck. Got until 15 minutes after the bell to, because it's not 0 DTE, but see if we can't get this filled here. Filled at 15:05. Thank you, Joseph T, for the reminder. All right, we got 30 seconds. And the final looks like 5614.71. All right, my friends, jolts tomorrow, 30 minutes after the bell. Let's see, I think Chad is day trading, running the live stream. Yes, Chad live streaming in the morning at the open. Should be fun. Look for another exciting day of action tomorrow. All right, everyone. Talk to you soon. Take care. Have a good night. Cheers.